So you're playing Genshin, you're doing some 10 pulls, and you get 5-star Zhongli. Now, what do you get with Zhongli besides spoilers? The Geo Archon. Well, Zhongli is a polearm wielder Geo user whose shield is one of, if not the best in the game. And I gotta say one of, because there are some instances where Layla's shield is better, and in Layla we trust. And in this video, we are going to look at the basics of Zhongli. So let's get right into it. Now, as you can tell, I am using the trial Zhongli. I don't have Zhongli. The first banner that I saw him on, I went for Tartaglia instead of Zhongli. No comment on that. So I actually don't have him, and I haven't really needed him, so I just haven't gotten him. But that's okay. So his normal attacks and charge attacks, while they don't really do anything, they are different, right? Because he doesn't like actually hold the polearm except for the last animation in his normal attacks where he stabs. And then his charge attack, he kind of makes him like fall from the sky. Right? It's not a normal animation. It's really cool. Does it do anything different? No, not at all. The bulk of his kit is going to come from his skill. So the way that his skill works is that it has a tap and a hold. If you just tap it, it is going to summon this Geo pillar and do an instance of Geo damage. That's really it. Now, this can cause crystallized reactions, so you can get a shield that way, but in and of itself, the tap does not produce a shield. However, the hold does. If you hold his skill, he's going to do the same thing where he's going to summon the pillar. It's going to do a much larger instance of AoE Dendro damage, as well as give you the Jade shield, which is his shield. You can swap to other characters with this shield and it will give them the shield as well. Now, the shield does a couple of different things with how it works. First off, this shield is based off of Zhongli's max HP, so we want to make sure that we are building him with a good amount of max HP to be able to withstand all of the attacks. Now, one of his passives also deals with his shield, where the more it is attacked, the more it will fortify and become a little stronger, becoming the strongest, I think, after 5 attacks. Something else that the skill does, it does periodically pulse out, dealing AoE Geo damage to any enemy within its little AoE, as you can see on the ground. Now, if you notice, the enemies around the pillar also have these downward arrows. That is because the skill also shreds some resistance off of the enemies, making them weaker to every element as well as physical. This pillar will also resonate with other Geo constructs like Kachina's drill to do extra instances of Geo damage. Other constructs include Chiori's dolls as well as Ningi's Jade Scream. And if you are using Chiori with Zhongli, then this will summon another doll even without her C1 because the pillar is considered a Geo construct. Now, this also does drain a bunch of Geo from enemies that have like a Geo shield. Like the enemies from Arlecchino's area with the Geo shields here, or the Minotaurs that have the Geo shield, it drains a lot of the Geo out whenever you use his skill near these. So they're very quick to break the Geo shields. Now, Zhongli's burst is much less interesting as far as how it works. It just does an instance of Geo damage as well as petrifying the enemies in that area that it hits, meaning that they just can't move. That's really it. So his kit overall is relatively simple. That's one of the reasons why he's still such a great shielder, is because he doesn't have all of the intricacies of some of the newer characters. It's really, really simple. Stack HP, long hold skill, strong shield, make enemy weaker. That's really the basis of his kit, is to do something that simple. So now we're going to look at artifacts, and Tenacity is Zhongli's best artifact set. The 2-piece gets up HP, and the 4-piece is going to give an attack buff to your entire party when the skill hits an enemy. Now, this buff only lasts for 3 seconds, but because Zhongli's skill makes that Geo pulse out, you can have a permanent uptime with this. And then it's also going to increase the strength of the shield. So like this artifact set was 100% designed to be for Zhongli, and it just happens to work with some other people as well. Now we're going to look at weapons, and in this trial they actually give Zhongli his signature weapon, which is not a good weapon for him. His signature weapon was almost designed to work for like an on-field damage Zhongli instead of a support shield bot Zhongli, and then it just kind of increases your attack, shield strength a little bit, but then it just like increases your attack. And that's really it. So it just increases Zhongli's damage. So we're going to look at some other weapons that are going to increase your HP to get a stronger shield. And for that, we're going to have Chevy be our stand-in, because a lot of weapons that work for Chevy can also work for Zhongli. Dialogue of the Desert Sages, though, which is Chevy's best weapon, in my opinion, doesn't necessarily work for Zhongli. If anything, it's kind of just like an HP stack stick, because Zhongli can't heal without constellations. He can heal with constellations, and at that point, this becomes a much better option for him. But until you get that constellation, It's really just an HP stack stick, and there's another 3-star weapon that's even a better one. You do, of course, have the Fontaine crafted weapon, Rightful Reward, which this is much easier for him to use. It will give him HP, and then when he is healed, he doesn't have to heal, but when he is healed, it will give him energy. So if you just want to be able to use this burst more often, this can be a really good option. But the best stack stick for HP on him is going to be Black Tassel. It's going to get up so much HP. Sure, you can't use the passive, but the HP alone makes up for it. So this is really one of his best weapons, if not his best weapon. Now, Zhongli's other passive that I didn't mention before really just gives him a damage buff based on his HP. That's really it. It's just for him to do more damage. So I didn't really mention that. So that is going to be it for this video. Cookie has green hair. I have blue hair that's still kind of being green screened out, and I'll see you in the next one.